Hi, I'm John, and thanks for watching this short, eye-opening gold-making video. You're about to discover a proven, some might even call weird, gold-making system that I've used for years to rake in over 500,000 in gold in only 7 days. In fact, I've shared this trick with over 12,450 players with my proven Cataclysm Scalper blueprint. That's right, they've used my proven methods to make a killing at the auction house, earning on average over 60,000 in gold a day on autopilot using breakthrough methods anyone can duplicate with a few simple clicks of your mouse. Now, I have to warn you at first, this video contains one of my biggest auction house secrets. I will only have this online for a short period of time, so watch this now while you can. And in case you're wondering, these methods do not involve cheap tricks that will get your account banned. They do not require you running around like a headless chicken and farming 8 hours a day, and it certainly does not require a bachelor's degree in economics or around-the-clock monitoring of the auction house. Now check this out. Over 500,000 in gold in this level, 1 ton that has never left town, let alone kill a single mob. And in case you were wondering, it did not involve transferring gold from different accounts and 0 stockpiled items from my bags. Every single gold coin was earned using the insider auction house strategies in my guide from login to cash in. Now this is just one of the many accounts I have, and last I checked, I have over 14 tons spread across 5 different servers, making me tons of gold on autopilot. Some accounts are making me upwards of 50,000 in gold a day, yet another one has made me over 253,277 in gold in under 48 hours, and I'm only reading the 2011 stats, guys. And I know right now you're starting to think, God, this is insane. This is crazy. Well, it is. This stuff works. I have multiple accounts, and I'm showing you actual proof. But let me digress for a moment. Let's get back to you for a minute. If I guessed correctly, and if you're anything like the hundreds of gamers I've spoken to, gold is one of the few things in the World of Warcraft that you desperately want more of. And if you're like most people, you might even play hours at a time, and it may have a negative impact on certain parts of your life. Well, I have news for you. Knock it off. Stop farming right now, because you're playing right into their hands. The gold farmers, gurus, and elites out there who want the whole system to themselves. They love when you spend 5 hours a day farming for gold. Who cares if you made 1,500 in gold in an hour? They can make 5 times that, and it's all because you're not competing with them. Want to know how? Then turn off all those distractions and pay attention to what you're about to read. If you're having a hard time making it in gold in World of Warcraft, but you still want to keep trying, and you want to show the gurus that they have real competition, then keep reading, because you're about to learn how Cataclysm Scalper was born out of a single purpose. I was spending days at a time helping my friends unlock the gold-making secrets that had made me rich, and while I was happy doing it, I couldn't help but wonder, what about all those other guides out there? Why aren't they helping these players make the gold I'm helping them make? I did some research, read the other guides, and started learning what it was that many people think is good gold-making advice. The basic formula was always the same. Use the auction house, do your daily quests, grind for ransom stuff, and utilize your professions, and you can make 200 in gold an hour. I've been playing World of Warcraft for more than 6 years now, and I always hated farming. Sitting there, killing the same mob over and over, again and again, for hours. And what do you get for it? A few hundred in gold, and a bad case of carpal tunnel. The bar was set so low I couldn't see underneath it, and I knew that I could do better. So instead of joining the endless stream of people who think that farming and doing dailies are the only ways to make gold, I took a leap forward and started using the one tool that I knew for a fact would make me gold, the auction house. So I set out to revamp the entire concept of a gold guide. What you get in Cataclysm Scalper is not just another list of things you should be looking for when you grind. It is a comprehensive program that starts with the very basics. Let me ask you, when you played sports in school, what was the first thing you learned how to do? Was it to dunk or throw a curveball? Of course not. No one starts at the top. They have nothing to build off of and only risk injury and embarrassment. The same thing is true for World of Warcraft gold making. You cannot start at the top, or you will never learn how to do the basics correctly. Sure, everyone can tell you to use the auction house, but if you didn't know when to buy and when to sell, how much to bid, and what items to sell, what good does the piece of information provide? Then the answer is simple. None. With Cataclysm Scalper, you start with the most basic steps and concepts. Advanced veteran players will benefit from this approach as they're forced to think about how the fundamental aspects of the in-game economy work before they start trying to make large sums of gold. You will learn which real-world economic theories fit. Wow! And how you should expect to play the game when trying to make gold. I'm Jonathan Smith, creator of the Cataclysm Scalper system. Folks call it the Autopilot Riches system. And why is that, you ask? Well, it's because it's the first gold-making system ever created to actually use push-click strategies to generate insane amounts of gold. And all it takes is a couple of minutes every week. The guides and the so-called gold gurus are not going to tell you this stuff because most of them flat out don't know it. And the gold-selling sites depend upon you staying poor in order for them to stay in business. Now, I don't. When I read sites or checked up on my fellow gamers, I always wondered, why are people bending over backwards to get ahead with tired old strategies when they could be dominating the auction house with actual proven strategies? The average player, they don't stand a chance using the strategies being dished out by guys like that. Cataclysm Scalper works for beginners. It works for advanced players. It even works for busy corporate types with full-time jobs who have a family to feed, and they really love it because they can still live their lives and enjoy every second they have playing the game and not grinding their precious World of Warcraft time away for what? A measly 1,000 in gold per hour? But please don't take my word for it. If you're skeptical, you may want to listen to some of my readers. These are genuine, unsolicited testimonials from the countless players who have benefited from my system. Let me give you a few quotes. John from London, UK says he went from 257 in gold to 73,510 in gold in only 2 days. That's phenomenal, considering he spent only 20 minutes from purchase to reading the guide and setting up the system. Geraldine says, John, this program was perfect for me. I've made over 200,000 in gold in a span of 2 weeks, and I'm still going strong. And Ken Lee of Singapore says, now that I have it set up, it runs over and over again, and every time I run it, it cranks me more gold. Thanks for making your package available. It's paid off nicely for me, and I'm sure this package will also work well for many other users too. Now, let's move on to the dreaded but inevitable discussion of how much this information is worth to you. Listen, I've battled with this decision for weeks. Originally, I've toyed with the idea that $127 would be a fair price to ask. After all, I'm giving away the exact techniques that allow us to make a killing in the game. Literally every last secret. However, after seeking the thoughts of a number of esteemed players, the consensus was that we were being utterly reckless. Some suggested $197. Others said $297. Hell, a top arena team in my battleground group said I'd be a lunatic to release this information for less than $500, and that was after begging me not to sell it at all, as he knows the scale of competition that'll inevitably be created. Truth is, though, if I were to charge $97 or even $197 for this amazing blueprint, you'd still be getting a major unfair advantage, guaranteed to accelerate your gameplay, and it would frankly be astonishing to me if you're not the topic of Realm forums within a week or two. But you're not going to have to pay nowhere near that amount. 'Cause here's the deal. I went as low as I could possibly go and landed at $67. And here's the thing. Just one more thing I have to say before you click the Add to Cart button. My system was designed for players from all skill levels, so it doesn't matter if you're new to the game and have no items stockpiled. My techniques are guaranteed to work regardless of your current skill level. And you do not need to have years of experience in the World of Warcraft to make this work. Just a little common sense and basic math skills. And just to make sure of that, my support team and I will be there by your side, ready to hold your hand until you're safely across the finish line. And to top it all off, my ironclad 100% money-back guarantee. I'm going to take all of the risk off your hands and put it all in mine by giving you a complete 60-day, 100% money-back guarantee. That means you have up to 60 days to try my guide. Use it. Make it work, and even if for any small reason you're not fully convinced that this isn't everything I promised that it would be, you'll get your money back. No questions asked. I'll actually force you to take your money back, and you have an entire 60 days to try it. That's right, I don't want it. I'm serious in what I do, and only want to build my reputation as such. Still not fully convinced? Let's do some math. You want to do some math, huh? Just take a look at any professional gold selling site and buy gold. You'll end up paying nearly $400,000 to $200,000 in gold. Now, that's what I call daylight robbery. Cataclysm Scalper will teach you how to make 10 times that amount in just a fraction of the price. That is how powerful this information is. So I want you to just show me you're serious. I want you to help me cover my initial development costs. That's all. If you're willing to do just that, all you need to do is click the button below and get started right away. For a small, measly, puny $37, I want you to join my mission. I know that button represents a change for you, so take your cursor, place it over the time and date, and take a look at it. You're going to want to remember the exact moment it all changed for you. I will never forget the first time I experienced the rush of literally thousands in gold and freed up time that came from using this system. You'll get to live it when I get to relive it vicariously through you. That's behind me now, but it's in front of you. So go get it. Click the Add to Cart button below and get started right away. I'll see you on the other side.